Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Lessons. What the hell? Sorry.
And I'm Theta.
Yeah,
Okay, let's just keep going then.
and I'm
Alright.
Justin. Yeah.
Well, these are the problems. I have no name tags below us, so this is what they're gonna think. Anyway, we're Stone Face Reactions, possibly not in the order given. Uh, we're here with episode 4 of Pluto. Who wants to jump in with the last time on?
Oof. Wow. Last time
I can do it.
was. Hey, go ahead.
So last time we got a little bit deeper into the investigation and saw that not everybody feels the same way about humans and robots being on the same level. And it was also discussion, at least between us from the event, of seeing a mysterious person who has the ability to regrow plants.
Well, he
And
was just a
then
construction worker.
he was a construction worker, but apparently his original body, he can regrow plants using energy. Befriended by Adam's sister, and that turned into a whole arc where it was discovered and ended up in a sort of standoff with police and Adam and scientist and him. And that was where lightning strike, giving us our first true glimpse of Pluto, who has just been chilling in a pond causing problems.
It's worthy noting the lightning strike creates horns when it hit him.
Yes. The lightning strike creates horns that can also apparently move the memory processor.
Yeah, but I mean, we
It's
also
very
had
interesting.
the whole anti. I don't. Did they name their organization? The first half of the episode.
Yeah, the Anti-Robot League or something like that.
Yes,
Something like that.
100%.
Very German.
Well, they weren't literally in
Any,
Germany.
yeah, and any comparisons to 1938, 1928 to 1945, it's just pure coincidence.
I mean, I mean, Jesus. But
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, you're not going to get me a stick long enough to touch that comment.
but I mean, yeah, there was a lot there. But when I try to remember what was the first half of the episode, it's literally just this guy's brother is
So
yeah. What was he up
yeah.
to? What was he really up to the whole episode?
Well, at first he was there to retrieve the body of his dead brother. And when he finds the body had been basically smashed to pieces, he realizes that a special weapon had been used in order to stop him. And only a robot could have used that weapon, right? Like a hyperdense like grenade that hits extremely hard. It's supposed to be an anti-vehicle weapon. And we see
Yeah.
Geshite actually use that weapon to stop a vehicle to prevent people from using it. And from the episode, even the episode before, we saw that Geshite has his memories altered or erased, so leading to the fact that perhaps Geshite was the one that was authorized by his superiors to use this weapon against a human, therefore violating the law that robots cannot kill humans. And then in order to cover it up, they erase his memories. What exactly was this guy doing that was so disgusting that even the um phalangelists in this episode were disgusted by it? I have no idea. But
I guess worth also noting, your they was Interpol.
yeah,
Yeah.
Europol, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I thought it was Interpol, Europol then. Um, and we got both Geshite, visions of Geshite's past, I guess, during the God,
The
what
war,
was the
yeah.
conflict?
The
South,
36 Asian South Asian war, yeah.
yeah, the South Asian War,
Yep.
where we see the guy and the dead baby. But also the other guy, are is he racist if he's against robots? What is speciesist?
Yes.
Specious?
What do you call
I
anti-robot in a ist? I mean,
I don't know, Luddite.
He's a
I don't think there's
machinist.
a lot.
I guess Luddite is probably a
Robot?
good answer for it, but I mean, Luddites aren't also hate. They don't hate machines. They just
Like
anti-machines. Like
I might just say robust, but at the same time,
That's a bit cute.
I
that.
don't.
That just means you love robes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
That's what a
Like
machinist
it
is
could
also
be
somebody who
rope.
works on machines. So that doesn't work
Jeez,
either.
yeah.
So that's why I can't go machinist
Well, anyway, we saw that
because
his backstory is that his dad was in a bad way and stole something, and then like a robot like ruined his dad's life, and his dad commits suicide for
Yeah,
it,
because of the shame.
which
Yeah.
then leads into his brother becoming a. Seemed like his brother was the one that got him into hating robots, so his hatred for his own brother just seemed weird all of a sudden.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. No, it was absolutely like this is my brother. I follow his example.
Yeah, I was
But
expecting so much more when they pop open the coffin and it's like, oh, he got a bunch of cybernetic parts or something. It's like, no, he just got crushed to death. Okay.
yeah. Well, the implication is that his brother committed criminal acts to help him get a career, right? To escape out of
Yep,
poverty. Like, oh, you need a computer? Yeah, I stole a computer, right? You needed this? I got it for you. And it's more of, again, that social stigma of being associated with a criminal because he seems to be a middle class, worker in this idyllic village in the middle of this gigantic city, right? And so it's like I don't want to be associated with a criminal, and that seems to be the aspect of it, right?
I don't think he's middle class. We saw him drive out of like a like a
so I think
gated community equivalent of garden on the top of a building.
at this point, yes, but in the flashbacks, no.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean they came from nothing. I just mean right now when he's like telling his son, or his son is like, "Can't we just get a robot worker? It makes things so easier." Your mom's doing the best she can. When he pulls
Yeah.
that move and he drives out of his like gated community that is
Hmm.
Yep.
like surrounded by cityscape, but here he is in like Shangri-La on the top
Hmm.
of the metropolis. Clearly, he's doing a lot better than middle class.
Yeah, I suppose so.
True.
But yeah, I guess other than that, that was about it, right? Unless either you have any more
I
weigh
think
in.
it was the first episode without a death too.
True.
Well,
Although it is
without a
implied
fight.
that we had a fight,
Well,
sort of.
without a fight.
Also,
Yeah.
it was implied that he was. Oh, we also introduced to another new robot, one that uses light to protect and like just shields, and actually he takes down
Oh
Hercules
yeah,
because Hercules
Epsilon.
he was going to yeah Epsilon. Hercules was about to go and try to find this robot and fight him in his own giant suit, and Epsilon was like, "No, don't do it. It's stupid. He's gonna kill you." Like, oh, but you gotta let me go. It's like, yeah, don't do it. It's like, oh yeah, what are you talking about? You set out the war, right? You didn't fight in the war. Like, yeah, I got shamed because I didn't participate in the war. But now that I've been spending my time like Bruno, um,
Yep.
raising children, and I raised a host of children that are the orphans of that war. I can see what is the problem. Oh, but also the orphan and what I take to be the projection of Pluto, they saw the same giant, and that same giant was called Bora, and it terrified them, both of them. So they had the same reaction to it, right?
Right.
And I'm getting a feeling that Pluto wasn't originally designed to be a killer robot, right? Because I think what really happened was that he took over this other robot that was left behind, like the humanoid body of the construction robot, and he channeled that power through that robot. So those powers, I don't think were the construction robot's plan powers. Those actually were Pluto's powers.
I mean, that's a theory. At the
Well, I
same,
mean,
oh,
he also made it rain as well, and brought the lightning
sure.
and thunder.
I
Yeah,
mean, yeah.
so
I mean,
yeah.
that's evidence for your theory because I don't think
Mhm.
the construction worker had the power to make thunderstorms. I would only think the construction worker would have those rejuvenation powers because we know he was working on a reconstruction project. But at the
Yeah.
same time, your evidence for he made it rain, well, it's funny to say that out loud, but also is I think evidence that maybe Pluto can use his powers in whatever machine he's in. But that, I don't know, something inside me is like, no, that doesn't sound right. We're in a
Well,
very
it was.
scientific show, and it doesn't sound right to say that he has powers outside of his own machine. Unless he's like controlling two bodies at once. Like he
It
wants
could
it
be
to
the
rain.
case.
He wants it to rain,
I
so
mean,
his other Pluto body just does whatever it does.
I think he can. Well, he can just send
Wasn't
his consciousness through the wires,
well
basically
no,
through
wasn't it
the
you that
network.
said before that he might have been remote controlling the
Yeah,
body?
he yeah. That Pluto's original body was in the pond, hiding, just there, like lifeless, and he sent his sent consciousness through the network
Yeah, he's
to the
remote controlling it. He's remote
yeah,
controlling it, so then it's entirely
yeah,
plausible that Pluto's original body was doing the storm stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I could have sworn there was something else that you had said before that I can't remember because I get so focused on the he can't do this. I
Oh,
The
we
only
forgot about the
thing.
sister's Adam's sister, because she has also special power, and it seems to be like hyper empathy. And she was able to do two things. She was able to sense that because there was a scene where there's some escaped animals, right? Mostly felines, like apex predators that were apparently going for a kid, and she just showed up and was like, "Listen, don't shoot them because they're just scared, right? And they're just focusing on this kid who, it's like, come on." And she just literally takes him away, and then she feels something very similar, and that's how he finds what we turns out to be the body of the construction worker. Because that's another interesting
Yeah.
thing. We have, and we've seen this before, that robots can shift their bodies from different, chassis depending on what they want to do, right? If they want to go fighting, they can have a chassis, a fighting chassis. If they want to do construction work, they shift the chassis, right? These are more advanced robots. I mean, I think that was the implication with the construction robot, that he's like, "Oh, hey, you found my body. I was using my construction chassis because I was working over here, so I left my body, right? And now, please give it back, right?" It's
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh, that body was empty,
we saw the whole
Uh,
thing in his neck for like
yeah,
a
that the
hard
drive,
drive.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but she was able to sense in the empty, well, not empty body. Apparently, had the body or the programming, I suppose, of Pluto. She sensed emotion in him, and earlier we were told that most robots imitate human behavior, drinking, eating, whatever, as a sort of try to fit into society, and that
Yeah.
Adam, who was a little more advanced, could do it better. And it was like basically fake it until you make it kind of situation, right? I'm going to do this, and it kind of feels like I'm doing it, that has some joy for me. So I do it, not because I can actually taste the food, just like the toy, right? I want the toy because that's what kids want. And I feel some connection to that. So maybe his sister is even more advanced and actually able to sense emotions on living beings, which implies that Pluto might be alive in a more organic way because she was able to sense this sort of small sense of fear and loss, right?
I mean, even if
Even
he
though she.
was transmitting through that other body, it would still be
Mhm.
that other body, right? So if Pluto is alive, I feel like she would sense Pluto's body, not the other one.
I mean, depends how close she was to Pluto's body. We don't know we don't know where. It's intimated both of them are in Japan, but we don't know how close they were.
Well,
You
because
know.
the one dude who was there sent out all those little robo bugs to go find him.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, well, she knew exactly where he was in a alleyway versus the animals on the highway. So it doesn't feel like
Yeah.
just being a wide distance would be any reason why she wouldn't be able to find actual Pluto versus
Which lets
his
me.
feelings in a different robot. So
And we're talking about that guy when he comes in, and they also talk about I gave you this body, because his creator, as opposed to the human, who says also a scientist, which kind of blurs the line between being a human or not, right? Because we also have that scene where Pluto goes like, Is he human? I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? And he basically says, I gave you this body to do this particular job. And he goes to the edge of the pond. Presumably, he finds the body of Pluto under the water and goes like, oh, he's not here. And that's where he sends the bugs. And then the bugs find the other body that he'd taken over, right? With the little roach, whatever things in the little robots. And like, oh, he's here, right? And then he starts sort of waking up and it's like, oh, do what you're supposed to do. And he sees Adam and tries to attack him. And Adam says, oh, hatred, right? He's feeling hatred. And then that's when it snaps and,
Well,
gets
actually, yeah,
the
Pluto
horns and
says
everything.
hatred.
Yeah, Pluto says hatred and then, sort of leaves the body, which is kind of
Yep.
peculiar, right?
Well, he says hatred, and
Yeah.
he has some sort of like overload, and then he leaves the body because he's like, he stops. He looks like he's on the verge of a fight, and then he stops, and then the lightning hits him. So it
And
was all
because
Yeah.
Adam,
Seems like
intentional.
a very
yeah,
forceful.
and Adam actually, and he stops because Adam told the police not to open fire on him, right?
Yep.
Adam didn't want to get into a fight and didn't want this, this robot hurt. And then when he comes back, his boss, I suppose, and his creator goes like, "You were made to destroy Adam. That's your target, right?" And then he sort of, we see sort of like one of the horns or blades, whatever has his head, and kind of screams, and that's the end of the episode. So yeah, maybe Pluto's having second thoughts.
I don't know. We all just met
Oh,
the guy.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, he had no hesitation destroying everyone else.
Well, we don't know if he had any hesitation. All we've seen is the destruction.
Yeah.
I guess the other thought that I had before that I only remembered while we were going over all this is maybe we have kind of a pecking order of the remaining,
Hmm.
or what remains of the seven.
Hmm.
Epsilon is clearly able to take on not Hermes, Heracles?
Hercules.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was clearly able to take him on because he like damaged his suit as a warning to make him back down. And I will. I guess. I guess we have the pecking order between those two. I don't think Epsilon has tried to take on Gershite yet. They only met.
But Gescheit certainly says that Adam has a superior, more advanced AI than he does. And Gescheit almost passes for human, and people are like, oh, wait, you're a robot. Yeah, they have that second,
Well, yeah, we got that
thought.
in
Yeah.
the second episode when
Yeah.
Gershite passes on all the stuff he's learned, and then Adam puts on a face, but then he goes to the bathroom and starts crying. And he
Hmm.
says, "Oh, Gershite," and I assume that the implication there is that Gershite doesn't understand the emotional implication of the information he's got, whereas Adam, the more advanced robot, does, and that's why he goes to
He's
the
crying.
tears.
Yeah. But
Well,
we
I
don't know
think
exactly
we
why he. Yeah, I think we
kind
figured out
of
that it's
do
because.
have a pecking order.
Yeah.
Because,
Well,
like, if we look at it, I think at the top is Astro Boy. In the middle, it's Geschite and Epsilon in some order. And I think I'd put Hercules at the bottom because I think he needs the special suit. I think he just has the training to use it.
right. Well,
I
I
know.
would
I
also
think.
put him
I
on the
think.
level of Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno. I think Mont Blanc actually is one of the lowest because he doesn't even have like an alternate human body. He never uses it. Maybe he couldn't.
Well, I
Maybe he
would put
doesn't
him
have
on
that
the same.
ability.
I put him on the same tier as Hercules and Bruno, considering they all fought together. So, assumedly, they are
Yeah.
on the same tier level of fighting. Whereas other robots that we've seen, in their memories, are fighting solo. So, oh, and to your
Well,
shit, you said something lessons, and I was thinking about it, and then we went off this tier thing. And I put all my brain power into it. Oh no, you said you didn't know why or what he had. I think by that time, Shite had already gotten all the memories of both the wife that he had met and Robbie the robot. So there's that whole human-like interaction of death and revealing that he would have been plugged into.
I mean, yes, but we also know that Geshite has erased memories as well. So is he mourning the memories that Geshite doesn't have, and he realizes that they're missing? Is he mourning
I don't think
Roby?
that's something to cry about. Geschite's
I
missing
mean,
memories. I don't think that's something to cry about because, well, we already know Geschite pulled those out and he has these pictures. Because once he saw the pictures, it was like, oh, that's right, we went on a trip. He starts remembering things the moment he sees pictures, and that's what I said before: is what if these pictures are like fake? Like we pull back the poppy fields and it's a blood-stained battlefield or some shit.
Probably.
Yeah, so I don't think he's crying for fake memories. Think I think it has to be the thing that we saw. Otherwise, the implication is then why doesn't Adam just fucking say it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Gashite,
Maybe,
you got
yeah.
missing memories.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else before we get into this?
No,
Nope.
it's I'm looking forward to this one, definitely.
All
Also, I
right.
thought it was episode 5, but yeah,
Nope. That
we're
last
still
one we did was episode 3.
yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get into it then. But before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can check it out over on the Patreon. It's just $5 a month. But hey, no pressure. It's all support the channel, just a little bit extra. Love that little 80s like guitar riff. Well, Epsilon's in the beginning here. We didn't know who he was before.
Yeah.
There's certainly one guy I keep seeing in here that I'm waiting for to show up. Because I know Lessons probably recognizes who they are.
I have chosen to not actively pay attention to that opening.
Oh, I watch it for.
なあ君そんなとこ突っ立ってないでちょっとお休みよ
いえ自分は勤務中ですので博士の警護という重要な
何も気やしないってこんなのんびりしたに
Oh, because they think that they're after him too.
自分はお茶の水博士に毎日のことがあってはと
たまたまボラ調査団の元メンバー
Yeah.
が被害に遭っているからって
Oh wait, Bora Inquiry Commission.
Yeah.
私は
They mentioned that before, right?
Yeah, I think in the episode there, Adam comes to talk to him in fear that he might be in danger.
Yep.
Okay, that I mean, we've seen images of Bora, and everybody seems to be afraid of Bora. What happened with Bora?
I think
Who
the
is
Inquiry
Bora?
Commission is actually named after something else.
君
They said it back in the
Or-
previous episode, and I think it's happenstance that Bora is the name of a thing. And that's a hell of a name.
番号じゃなくてさちゃんとあるだろ名前
Because Bora also had something to do with the guy who
裕次郎か
pushed for robot rights.
刑事課のボスになりそうな
If only you guys could get over that bug in your programming where you spot a dot in the distance and get your head bashed in.
これは
Oh,
ロボット犬だ
It's a trap.
離れて爆発物かもしれません
大丈夫だよ
爆発物ではないようですが
随分
yeah, these were very popular in the 2000s, right? To 2010s.
Well, yeah, but it was a full-on
Yes.
black helmet face thing instead of
あ
a
の
little blue
そ
dot.
のロボット犬どうするおつもりですか
It's an uncomfortable ride.
直す
私は科学技術省長官だぞ
Yeah, if he has that position and can't fix that, that's an
Why does
issue.
the robot have a pulse?
頑張れよもうすぐ良くなる駆動部の痛みもひどいが問題は電子図の経過
Look, I literally do not live in this world, but I would think just download all of its data. You know? Then fix the body.
Oh, the phone is a mouse. Interesting.
また防衛省の君か
Yeah, just like Star Trek 4.
どうしても週明けの委員会にかけなくてはならないのです
Hello.
Is that the one with the whale?
お茶の
Yeah.
水長官にロボット兵増員の許可をいただきたく
何度言われても私の考えは変わらない
しかし
これ以上血を流したくない人もロボットもな
でもトラキア合衆国の要請は変わりません
そんなことは関係ない 科学者はロボッ
The
トを
United
電子と
States
し
of
て作ってい
Thracia.
るんじゃ
That's
ない
in.
We already heard of them before.
まったく
Yeah.
Yeah.
君もしつこいな。お
どうしたのおじいちゃん。
おお、たかしか。久しぶりだな。
How goes your castle?
忙しいなら切るよ。
いや、
He also looks a lot like
何
Adam.
か用か。
うん。さっき沖の方に
I don't
立
think
ち寄
so.
ったんだ
Younger.
けど、
He's got bigger ears and a more defined nose than Adam does.
仲良くやってるか。
もちろん、おじいちゃんにもらったのが2年前だろ。今はもっと最新のが出てるけどさ、全然ボビーのがかっこいいよ。たくさん
That's the
遊んでくれ
coolest
る
dog I've
し。
ever seen.
そうか。
おじいちゃん、今
Looks like
何
he's
して
wearing
た
a
の？
blindfold.
ロボット犬を模
Sunglasses
して
was
た
what I
ん
was
だ。
going for.
ボビーよりもっと旧式のやつ。
もっと旧式。大丈夫？治る？
まあ、
おじいちゃんなら直せるよね。
任せとけ。
じゃあまたね。
Maybe people should stop calling him so he can fix it.
KD8083 系のブースターと RSC2969 系のルーターを探してるんだがね。
ずいぶん旧式ですね。
私もいろいろ当たってみたんだが。
ああ、どうやら製造中止ですね。
中峰商会に在庫は？
ないですね。あまりにも古すぎます。
そうか。
Just get brand new old stock, basically. We'll get you anything.
Or, like I said, just download him and put him in a new body.
Yeah.
Well, is it possible with an older robot?
Sure, update the drivers.
Yeah, because it would really be like getting the adapter for a floppy disk drive to a PC, and then.
Well, I mean, it would just be like the program is not adapted to operate a different or newer generation body that has like maybe, you know, like if I gave you a body that had 4 arms, you'd be really fucked up trying to figure out how to operate 4 arms. Why does it have a
Nah,
pulse?
I could do it.
Clearly, there's more to
5
it. Just
arms.
why does it have
That
a
would be the
pulse?
difficulty.
ごめんな。なんとかしようと思ったんだが。お前、よく頑張ったな。わかっているよ。お前の飼い主はお前をすごく大事にしてた。だから、お前はこんなに長生きした。可愛がられていたんだな。
Is the implication there? There's a dead body in that park somewhere?
お前を
Possibly.
遊んでくれようとしてるのか。もういい。もういい。
This show really gets to me. Damn it.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
it's trying to. Why else would it have a puppy? Like, literally a puppy in this position. I'm just thrown by why does it have a pulse? The logic of it is making so little sense that I can't feel sad.
Might be a case where the advanced robotics require that sort of continuous energy.
I mean, that or it goes against everything you guys have been arguing for the whole time, and that every robot's a cyborg.
Yeah.
身元確認並びにボディチェックを。
いや、いいんだ。お入れして。
しかし、
いいんだ。
I was really looking forward to the rectal exam. God damn it, show. Can't make a joke like that and then show me a dead puppy.
いや、私の力不足で。
とんでもないです。この子の GPS で行方を探していたのですが、まさか科学省のお茶の水博士に見ていただけるなんて。
まあ、お茶でもどうぞ。
いや、私は。
あなた、
I don't trust this guy.
悲しかったですか。
え？
犬が、ロボット犬が死んだ時、悲しかったですか。あの戦争の時も悲しかったですか。
あなた、誰だ？
私ですか。私の名前はゴジ。
Goji.
ゴジって、
Uh-oh.
ペルシア王国のロボット兵団を作り上げたと言われている。
あなたの命は私の手の中にある。 アトムを呼んでください。
Oh
戦
snap.
わせたい相手がいる。
死ぬのが怖くてアトムを呼ぶと思っているのか。そんなことでアトムを戦わせるような真似はさせん。
ここに呼ぶんじゃないんです。
え、
早くそこへアトムを行かせないと。日本で唯一竜巻が起きている。
ねえ、お母さん。
Oh snap.
すごいよ。
あなたの
Yup.
お孫さんのところへ。
I'm not threatening you. I'm threatening your grandkid.
何があってもアトムにロボット同士の戦いなどさせん。
You won't do what I want if I go after you.
ペルシア王国の天才科学者はロボットだったのかね。
天才かどうかは知りませんけどね。竜巻を発生させるロボットくらいは作れますよ。
ボビー。
しかも極めて殺傷能力の高い。
ロボットは人を殺さない。
なぜです？
我々がそう作ったからだ。
Well, if I'm a robot and I made a robot that could.
幾重にも張り巡らせたセキュリティを開発した。
Yeah.
万が一にもそういうことがないようにな。
素晴らしい。お茶の水博士。あなたは本当に素晴らしい科学者だ。
And
あな
then
た
he
は高度なロボッ
compliments
トを
him.
たくさん
Oh,
開
that's
発され
dirty.
た。ロボットは限りなく人間に近づいた。限りなく人間に近づくとどうなります？
それでもロボットは人を殺すようなことはしない。
そういうのをなんて言うんですか？日本語で。性善説か。いや、偽善か。
Oh, I thought I was gonna go with hubris.
なんなら今ここでやってみましょうか。私があなたを。
君は何者だ。ゴジ博士。第39次中央アジア紛争の火種は君の噂から始まった。ペルシア王国で高度なロボット兵団を作り上げ、さらに大量破壊兵器になりうるロボットを製造した。
それを誰が言い出したんですか？
トラキア合衆国だ。
トラキアの言うことが全て正しいんですか？
だから我々は調査団を結成した。
何かありましたか？
Oh.
あったのは大量のロボットの残骸だけだ。
何もないのにペルシア王国は焦土と化した。
復讐のつもりか。
I get
調
it.
査団の元メンバーの命を狙うのは
We're looking at
復讐のため
a
か。アトムたち
of the war was started to find something they didn't find what they wanted, and now it's revenge.
ほらね、あなたみ
You
たい
mean
な
they went to war to find weapons of mass destruction in the Middle East and
部
ended
分
up
を
not
復
finding
讐する
them?
んでしょ。
How
Yeah.
strange. Thank God this is just a story.
おじいちゃん、変なんだ。動かない竜巻なんてあるの？さっきからボビーの目がずっと光ってるんだ。
いよいよアトムを呼ぶしかありませんね。
ボビーの言うことをよく聞くんだ、高橋。また後で連絡する。来たようだな。警察だ。外の裕次郎を破壊したろ。
ビーハン、勝手口へ回れ。
彼の通信が遮断されれば警察が出動する。
C 班、縁の下に潜入。
お茶の水博士、あなた時間稼ぎよ。
A 班、玄関付近固めました。
This is a brave scientist.
I heard you fucking with my dad.
博士、アトム。
待て！
オーナー、アトム。撃て！おい、逃がさ。
Oh, he's the
I
one
am-
who jumped
I
from
am
one
the
building to
president.
another.
それよりアトムや、どうしてここへ。
たかしくんの犬
Oh, you mean
ボ
like
ビーの
episode
警報
2?
信号をキャッチしたんです
Yeah.
I think that guy was
Remember he-
flying.
通報したら
No, he was
博士の
jumping
家で
from one
何か
building
起
to
きて
the
る
other.
って
そうか。
I don't think so, but it would explain some things if
そ
it
れで
were.
こっちに。
It would also indicate that that
I
guy
think
was
that's
willing to
very
kill
viable.
him because he's been killing humans
それ
already.
で
If it
ボビーの
was.
方には
Mm-hmm.
発見しました。
Damn body transfers?
Yeah.
Or he's he's faking it.
Ew.
Oh, he's got one of those like. Oh, there's the hard
Ew.
drive.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought for a moment he had spread out his programming across like a bunch of cockroaches.
はい
Ugh.
ボビー
They have to be cockroaches? Ugh.
止めたんですけど
I hate.
たかしくんの家に飛んでいっちゃった
Okay, so she's responding to Bobby.
たかし早く地下室へ行くわよ。おじいちゃんに言われたんでしょ。
Oh.
わかったよボビー。
Okay, Kate, you had plenty of run-up time to
何
this.
が起きてるんですか博士
100%. If the moment it starts moving, book it.
何が起きてるんですか
Is this like a logical thing? Like, well, I'm not killing any humans. The tornado is.
Fatima! 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 目を開けてくれ Fatima! Fatima!
It would make sense if they found a logical fallacy in the programming.
Yeah, but remember that the first murder didn't have any problems with the AI. It was able to kill without
So
any
that would-
malfunction.
A logical fallacy might not be a problem in the AI.
Also, I think that robot was unconnected to. Ooh. Your son was a robot? That's going right up there with the Gundam Seed Cry.
ルートは通信が途絶えました
Yeah. Oh
制
no.
御不能かそれでいい全てが支配されている
To be fair, that's the face I would expect if somebody was cockroaches crawling all over him.
Yeah.
It is.
No, I was gonna say I think the killer robot that we know from like the first episode was not connected to the South Asian War or Central Asian War. He's just an example of AI can just go wrong.
Possible.
地下室へ。お母さん大丈夫？お母さん。ボビー。
They're about to kill a dog.
誰かいる？ボビー。
They're doing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 80s version thing. We can kill people as long as they're robots. So the Foot Clan's all robots.
もう大丈夫だってば。静かになったもん。まるで台風の目に入ったみたい。
Tornadoes don't have that.
たかしくんは地下室
You're
に。
thinking of hurricanes.
The eye of the tornado.
ボビー。一体何？
県警から連絡は
They're doing everything they can to this fight.
連絡をは真犯人が分かった世界最高水準のロボットを狙った破壊行為と連続殺人真犯人は5時第39次中央アジア紛争でペルシア王国のロボット兵団を作り上げた男ゴジ博士だ
ユーロポール担当はゲジヒト刑事です
Yep.
ゲジヒト即刻ゲジヒト刑事と回線をつなぎたまえ私が直接話す早くしなければバトンは行ってしまった
頭お兄ちゃん今お兄ちゃん受信状態が悪いのもう
Oh, here it comes.
なんだ今の
500ブースでいいよ
ゲジヒトさん
Do you think he bought his own son's dead body for 500 Zeus?
なんだどうしたほら
don't know.
Well, we keep seeing that flashback. Shite's been having it this whole time, but I guess Adam's having it too.
Aw, damn.
The god of the underworld, it looks like.
I was about to say, that's a crazy visual, but it don't match.
Oh, that basement's watertight.
I was gonna say. The destructive power of what we're dealing with is insane.
A mass destruction.
I was about to say. It's kind of like they built exactly what they accused them of building. Well, check the back of his neck.
Nah, they wouldn't have destruction.
どうしたのゲジ人また夢
I felt a great disturbance in the force.
I feel certain ways about sand now.
ただいつもの夢と違うんだ。
朝になったらホフマン博士に連絡した方が。
ああ、心配かけてごめん。君はまだ寝てなかったのかい？
明日から旅行でしょ。出かける前に仕上げなきゃいけない図面があって。
そうか。大変だな。
しばらく一緒にいようか。何？どうしたの？
いや、なんでもない。もう大丈夫。
We know he wasn't connected to Astro Boy when he was having his new nightmare. Because they were deadening the whole thing. Same way Urin couldn't connect to Astro Boy outside of it.
あいつはロボットなんだぞ。
So that's the thing I forgot that he was up to. I remember he was up to something. I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Oh right, I was forgot his name was Adolf.
ゲジ人を殺すのは世論だ。おっしゃる通りです。アドルフを処理しろ。
Yeah, because what they wanted to do is discredit robots. If the robot gets destroyed in a terrorist attack, then
well, yeah, that's why they had their old fake news program thing that they were going to roll out with.
Yeah, they had their. It's basically the agenda. Bring opinions to theirs versus the truth.
Well, no, they were going to tie Gishite's abilities with the recent high weapons attack that had been used. They had a whole talking head show pre-recorded.
あや、人間もね、嫌なことを思い出しそうになると心のゴミ箱に捨てちゃうんだよ。ま、気にしないことだ。
oh come on, don't lie to him.
博士。
You know what's going on.
私を監視している人間がいるんです。
監視？
車で移動中も家にいる時も。
なんだい？ストーカーかね？
さあ。
I don't know, he just pointed a rocket launcher at me last night. Might be more than a stalker.
Yeah, he's got this gun that they know could really hurt me.
今夜出発だろう。ええ。ゆっくりしてくるといい。 帰国後まだしつこくつけ狙うようなら相談に乗るよ。
Yeah, if I go to Japan, he won't follow me.
God,
I might come home to my house being gone.
I wish we only knew a cop
日本
who
の
could
科
do
学
something
技
about
術の
this.
こととか。
We need some connections to people who can like enforce the law.
局長、質問の答えになってません。彼に何かしたんですか？彼の人工知能に。
刑事人には莫大な金がかかっているんだよ。君は彼のメンテナンスをしてくれていればいいんだ。それでいいんだ。
That's unexpected. Thought he was gonna get abducted or something.
今日こそやらなければ。奴は旅立ってしまう。ルート82へ変更。
He's not gonna get to do it. He gonna die.
Well, his own organization's working against him. So.
Yep.
兄さん、俺の背中を押してくれ。勇気のない俺の背中を。
I'm also curious, did he just leave the gun like in the front of the car?
Does it matter anymore?
No, but that's real reckless.
具合はどう？
うん、もうすっかりいいよ。
そう、よかったわ。
久しぶりの休暇だ。
I don't know what 18.5 degrees Celsius
そうね
is.
どうしたの？
ごめん、緊急コールだ。
30, 40
ゲージ
degrees?
人です。
Closer to
Alright.
40, I think.
Oh, yeah, close to 40.
UPB 通信によりますと、昨夜ヨーロッパ時間午前2時
で、
現地時間
爆発物の種類は。
ゲジ人。
あ、ちょっとすみません。
No, it's 65.
どうした？
見て、あのニュース。
世界的ロボットアトムさんの死亡が確認されました。
アトムが
速報でお伝えしています。
死んだ。
昨夜ヨーロッパ時間午前2時現地時間午前10時頃日本の南岸地域で世
あ
界的
いつが、
アトムさん
やったのはあいつか。
ゲジ人。
やはりあいつが生きていて。
Is he actually dead?
アトムの死亡時間。あれは夢じゃなかったのか。トラッシュボックスロック解除。
あなた。
刑事人さん、
アトム。
刑事人さん、あなたとプルートは同じ。
The fuck?
僕を殺したのはあなた。
500ブースでいいよ。
ゲジ人。ゲジ人。
I mean, we know communications were like being blocked where Adam was.
飛びよ、
Oh, we're seeing it.
飛びよ。
I'm waiting for this.
さあ大丈夫だ。歩いてごらん、飛びよ。
Be ready for the worst person in the entire story.
歩いた。
歩いた。
Okay.
歩いたわ、ゲジ人。
ここにいたのは子供だ。
誤作動が止まりません。人工ニューロンが勝手にウイルスゼロ。メモリーをスキャニングして直ちにフォーマット。
Ah, so much to unravel in that one.
大丈夫か、ゲジ人。
Yeah.
I know where it started, but there was
すべての機能が正常に戻りました。
the implication that he used to have a kid
も
too.
う少しゆっくり寝ていたまえ。
Yeah.
君は空港で倒れて
行かないと。
行くって。
署から緊急コールが入っています。
よかった、無事で。
ごめんヘルナ、せっかくの休暇がこんなことになってしまって。
いいの。
じゃあ。
And his kid looked just like Adam.
Or I don't
Could it be
know. The fact that
or a prototype.
I think that was like an outer unraveling between the two narratives. That whatever that was underneath, the thing that we saw missing an arm, was possibly what his son may look like. But I don't know, man. It's a fucking dream narrative. It's hard to interpret.
Is his son that psychopathic robot that's locked away?
No, they had definitely different features. No part of the Atom to whatever the thing inside the Atom thing looked like our murder robot.
鑑識からの報告は
やはり間違いありませんでした。爆破されたあの男の車から MG390 の残骸が。
非人道兵器と認定された小型ミサイル砲が。奴の仕事は
貿易商と言っていますが、
モグリの武器商人か。
それより問題はこの男の
imports and exports.
アドルフ・ハースさん。
He is Adolf H.
Yeah.
ブロムベルク人権法を知らないのか。親族の罪を取り調べに際して質問してはならない。今のは違法だろう。命令通り監視体制を敷く。
でもアドルフ・ハースの兄は
MG390 ほどの破壊兵器が絡んだ事件だ。他にどんな方法がある？
しかしこれはよりによって彼が。
検察はもちろん当人たちですら何も知らん。問題はない。あのことを知っているのは我々だけだからな。
Oh, this guy just has secrets upon secrets and breaks the rules. He's such a cop. ACAB all the way.
Yeah.
奴は日本へ行ったか。クソ。
Well, except that he didn't.
20時23分です。あなた、夕べも帰らなかったけど大丈夫？お仕事忙しいのはわかるけど、連絡ぐらいちょうだい。12時13分です。
He's gonna die.
わけあって画像は出せない。アドルフ、忠告しておく。君は狙われている。君がやろうとしていることは組織には不都合だ。団長は君を処理しようとしている。
団長が私を処理？今日のあの爆弾。
Yeah, buddy. Slowly put it together.
団長、命を狙われたそうだね。爆発の直後だぞ。なんで知っている？外は危険だ。そこを動かない方がいい。
I mean, also, you're gonna leave recorded evidence behind. That doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
Unless the intent was to drive him out like this to a place he could get killed.
I think that was.
Mm-hmm.
It's the use of fear to get him to a place where it's also set up where he looks like he was trying to help.
ユーロポールのゲジ人です。あなたの護衛を命じられました。
Oh, wow.
すごい。それで犯人はどうなったの？やっつけちゃったわけ？腕からロケット弾が飛び出したりして。お父さん、すごいよお父さん。かっこいいよ。本物のスーパーロボット刑事だ。すごく優しいしさ。僕大好きになっちゃったよ、刑事人。
Oh.
In my house?
Oh, I know what they're trying to do. They're going to kill him while he's protecting him. And it's just going to keep unraveling his... Oh, he's so super protective because he can't stop the murder.
Well, no, because right earlier in the episode, they said that they don't want anybody to die. They want to win a war of words.
Yeah, but he's also become disposable. They're going to kill him. Right.
Well, unless they're just going to use him to do something and not actually kill anything. I don't know. It just seems to go against exactly what they said earlier in the episode.
No, actually said they were going to dispose of him. And they
but I mean, when they were talking to each other and not about him, they could be leading him to do something.
They're gonna make it look like.
No, I think they didn't want to kill Geshite.
No, I mean maybe they're gonna have Geshite. They're gonna have Geshite act in his defense and shoot somebody else with the weapon they know that only Geshite has, as per the news conference thing that they pre-recorded last episode. That seems the more obvious thing. They're gonna have Geshite kill a human.
I don't think it was pre-recorded. I think it was just a talking show.
No, they said it was pre-recorded in the episode.
You know he can hear you.
Out yet.
He can actually hear him. He's a super robot.
車ごと爆破されるようなやばいことをしているんじゃないかってな。警護とか言って本当は俺の身辺を洗いに来たんだろ。
I'd also like to reiterate one more time that none of this was in the two-parter that I had seen all before. It's insane how much further out this goes than that two-parter thing that I saw.
見りゃわかるだろう。
コンピューターの部品やシステムが主要商品ですね。第39次中央アジア紛争時、ペルシアに行かれた。
Wait. This is an anti-robot guy who imports and exports computer parts.
Well, he uses the computer for his business. He's not anti-computer.
ただ、うちのように機密保全 A クラスの仕事を手掛けられる会社は数少ない。
It's more the fact of that the likelihood of those being directly implicated into the creation of robots is not low whatsoever.
Well, the robots are sentient, the computers aren't.
世界的なロボット学者ロナルド・ニュートン・ハワード氏が遺体で発見されました。ハワード氏は光子エネルギーの発見者として知られており。
Alright, well now I know is tot means is dead.
角とか言ってるぞ。おい。
先ほど私にも報告がありました。
ハワード博士と言ったらあのエプシロンを作った学者だろう。
Well,
行かなくていいのかい。
Makes sense.
仲間を作った学者が殺されたんだぞ。
私の任務は今ここにありますから。
エプシロンは悲しむのかね。
悲しむでしょ
う。悲しむ？ロボットが？じゃあ言ってやったらどうだ。言ってロボット同士慰めてやれ。ん？
私の任務はここにありますから。
どう考えても今までの事件と同一なんだ。お前は担当捜査官だったんだろう。
あれ以降模倣事件もいくつか起きています。絶対に同一犯だという証拠は乏しいですね。
いいものを見せてやるよ。さっきテレビでホラー調査団がどうとか言ってたよな。空手ば刑務所知ってるよな。
ええ。ペルシアでトラキア合衆国が管理している刑務所。
我が社がシステムの導入を引き受けた。
Another mention of the states of Thracia.
各独房の監視カメラ画像を無理やり消去しようとしたらしく、メンテナンスの依頼が来た。最初は簡単に済むかと思ったが、これがなかなか重症でね。仕方なくハードディスクの一部を交換した。これがそれだ。別に興味ないか？
いえ。なんだろう、人間の声が。
こうすると少しクリアになる。
It's him. No.
この画像は
どうだい？人間の名前を
I'm capable of hurting a person. Boom! Out of my way. I will only weigh a couple tons.
私の画像安定装置を使えばもっと鮮明になるかも。
だから言ったろう。あんたこんなところでぼんやり警護なんかしてる場合じゃないって。
ハースさん、空手場刑務所がどういうところかご存知ですよね。
戦争犯罪人を収容してるんだろ。
そう。それも最重要犯、ね。よし、クリアになった。
田崎、ハワード、お茶の水。
これは
ラインハルト、ランケ。
いや、ハースさん、なぜこんな大事なことを黙っていたんです？
正気じゃない囚人の映像だろう。私の知ったことが。
これが誰だかわかりますか？旧ペルシアの最高指導者ダリウス14世です。長期の習慣で見る影もないが。
お茶の水、ホフマン。
ホフマ
ン Listing victims?
Yeah.
ホフマン博士が狙われている。
That's wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Epsilon just saved Hawking. Okay.
Epsilon also figured it out, I guess.
Well, because he's been like off screen for 3 episodes just doing shit on his own.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna get revenge. That recalls what I said.
どうなんだ。ホフマン博士と連絡がついたのか。
いえ、まだ行方がつかめていません。署に緊急配備を要請しました。
お前が行けばいいじゃないか。大事な。
Bitch, will you stop telling me to leave?
それより、あなたの持っているデータです。ダリウス14世が今回の事件に関与している可能性がある。
Had the opposite effect. I'm not leaving because you got information I need, asshole.
Yeah, no. We need to talk
あなた
more.
が命を狙われているのもそれと関係があるのでは？違いますか？
I mean, I thought he was gonna have like a blow a hole through him or something.
Yudo 高熱弾。
見たことがある。中央アジア紛争で人があっという間に溶けてゆくの。
どこから？
助けてくれ。何もかも話す。
I was about to say, I think the Anti-Robot League is killing the humans that supported the robots and gave them rights.
私は
Yeah.
反ロボット組織に所属している。その組織に命を狙われているんだ。裏切り者として。
反ロボット組織。
I'm certainly doesn't bode well for them. See you hugging a robot.
あれも組織の仕業だ。
Yep.
なぜあなたが命を狙われることになったんです？
ちゃんと証言するよ。だから証言者保護法を適用してくれ。早くしないと妻や息子も殺される。
ハースさん、落ち着いてください。あなたの言ってることに嘘はないようだ。今すぐ手配しましょう。奥さんや
So is his boss into it? And they did mention they have like judges and other
You mean
high-ranking
Gershite's
people.
boss, the Europol guy?
Yeah, Europol guy.
Yeah, remember both these guys have bosses. That's a very confusing statement.
Yeah.
しかし、このままでは時間の問題です。アドルフは我々組織の存在を公にするでしょう。
Well, I think these guys are more amateurish than they look like. They.
I don't know. They had super weapon from the
ア
war.
ドルフが入手したのと同型だ。機械にも裏切り者にも死を。
Yeah, no, but I think these guys are the small-time amateurs because they seem to have great plans, but they're just messing up. Like, oh, we didn't want to kill him. Okay, we're desperate. Kill him.
こちらに向かってます。
I don't know.
They've also got ties to the prison where they're keeping the international war criminal Darius the 14th, so I don't know that they're a small time. Oh, back to Hercules.
Yeah.
Okay, so now if Adam is dead, then he's the most supposed to most capable robot. Then
Epsilon.
I don't think he is. We haven't seen a funeral. We haven't seen anything like that. We have, and like we've had the one shot of the body, but nothing conclusive.
頼りになるかどうかは知らんがね。ホフマン博士、あなたにお聞きしたいことがあります。キンバリーでのサン博士による秘密会議のことです。キンバリー？7年前、あなたはそこでロナルド・ニュートン・ハワード博士と会っている。ああ、光子エネルギーの発明者ハワード博士とは以前からお話ししたかったからね。もう一人、その会談に出席した博士がいましたね。ああ、最高の電子頭脳の発明者で日本人の天馬博士。
This jackass.
あなた方はなぜ集まったの？
I don't care how many villains are in the show. No one's gonna be more of a villain than that guy.
開示しよう。戦争の撲滅につながる。
We'll see if I feel the same.
ゼロニウムの発明者ホフマン博士。光子エネルギーのハワード博士、そして電子頭脳の権威天馬博士が集まった。その会談はどうなりました？
Computer as brains is a pretty nasty thing.
何もかもね。ただ天馬博士は自分のカードを開こうとしなかった。彼はこう言ったよ。完璧な電子頭脳。完璧な電子頭脳は苦しみ、憎み、間違いを犯します。彼は自分のカードを一枚も開かず、一瞬にして我々の研究を把握した。持ち逃げか。そんな簡単なものじゃないよ。私たちの研究は持ち逃げなどできるレベルのものじゃない。それを瞬時に彼は理解した。彼のような人間を我々は天才と、いや、完璧な頭脳の持ち主というか。退席する際、彼はこう言い残した。忠告しておく。気をつけた方がいい。これ以上ロボットを人間に近づけないことだ。恐ろしいことが起こる。
You would say something like that.
Okay.
遅れかもしれない。今どこに？
So he might have been the builder behind Pluto?
アトムを作った天馬博士
I
は
doubt that.
今どこにいるんですか？
I'd hate it if it was, but I doubt it too.
回線をつないでくれ。
どなたにつなぎますか？
I think Pluto might be a combination of builders.
天馬博士。
I mean, someone who
あなたの後任として科学賞を預かることになったお茶の水です。
Also, real common glasses, not the ones with red tints.
That means he's a
guy from
good
the
guy.
first episode had them.
Yeah.
電子頭脳とは作るものではない。育つものだ。深い悲しみ、挫折、それらが電子頭脳を育てるのだ。ロボット法第13条で、ロボットは喜怒哀楽を抑える制御装置が施されている。それが
suppress their emotions.
しかし、天馬博士、あなたはアトムという最高傑作を作り上
Sure,
げ
you
た。
know, like the difference between AI and VI in Mass Effect.
最高傑作。アトムは
Hey, that
He would say that, fucking asshole. Gotta hate this guy. Literally had one episode with him and I fucking hate it.
Okay, so he's going after the world's greatest robots because he thinks they're all mistakes.
No. No, I think that the going after robots is because they are, you know, because of the war.
No, so like that's what I mean. What he said. Having robots of this advanced caliber is a mistake on the world because of the damage it can wrought.
忠告を与えに来た。これ以上ロボットを人間に近づけるな。恐ろしいことが起こる。と。
I think he's a red herring.
Could be.
I don't understand how a red bird is going to affect this, but I'll accept that.
Isn't a herring a fish?
Yes.
There is also a heron, which was the intention. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Which
that's
was
not
the intentional mistake that I made.
私にも聞かせろ。間違いない。あれはカラテパ刑務所のダリウス14世の映像だ。そして彼が繰り返し発している言葉はボラー調査団のメンバーの名前だ。そのうち3名はすでに殺害されている。しかしこれが本物の殺害指令だったかはわからない。ダリウス14世は
Of course, they destroyed his country.
調査団の撤退後、ペルシアは戦争に突入したわけだからな。調査の結果、ペルシアに大量破壊ロボット兵器はなかったんですよね。何もないのに攻撃された。
I don't know, maybe they're buried in the desert. Or in fact, we'll find ancient alien vampires.
何もないことはない。機密事項だから。調査団が見つけたもののリストにこんなものもある。高度な電子頭脳を作るための特殊チップ。まあ、これだけじゃロボット兵器開発の根拠にはならないがね。そのチップの形式は天馬型だ。天馬型。ところでハースさん。
Tenma, we haven't heard that name yet, right? That's
the guy. Damna, that's the guy we were talking about.
I know.
I just don't want him to be involved. Not because of any enjoyment of him, but I just don't want him here. I just really don't like him to the point of not even wanting him to be the bad guy.
了解。どうしました？吐きそうだ。少し休みましょう。
Well, this guy's dead.
トイレの安全を確認して。武器反応なし。中にいるのは 電子頭脳を持たない普及型の清掃用ロボットのみ。
Even non-computerized brain.
I mean, not advanced AI, basically. That's...
入ってるよ。入ってるって言ってるだろ。なんだよ。清掃用ロボットか。
メッセージです。家族を犠牲にしたくなければ。ゲジ人を殺せ。繰り返します。家族を犠牲にしたくなければゲジ人を殺せ。
They don't have your family though.
Maybe they do.
Well, no, the police have the family. They're under protection custody.
Exactly, and they have people in the police.
Fair enough. I hate it when I'm exactly wrong. What? He destroyed the equivalent of a remote control car. It's a non-computerized brain.
Yep. あの時もそんな目をしたのか。あの時もお前はそんな目をしてやったのか。どういうことです？
Killed my brother.
お前は俺の兄貴を殺したんだ。
Boom.
失敗作なんかじゃない。アトムは人類科学が到達した最高傑作だ。
お茶の水博士、あなたは電子頭脳に関して何も分かっていない。挫折、強い憎悪、人を殺すかもしれないほどの強い憎悪こそが電子頭脳を育てるのだ。
間違っている。天魔博士、あなたは間違ってい
Okay,
る。
so computerized brains are heavily influenced by that which they experience, which means if one were to experience anger, the anger would then become extremely powerful.
地上最大のロボットが。
I would rather like to think that the chip that they found is just a copy of Adam's, and this asshole has nothing to do with anything other than, you know, where the chip came from.
What would you do if he's the good guy of the story at the end?
No, he wouldn't be. I would
Okay,
accuse them of poor writing because that's not who his character is. Look, Lessons knows where I'm coming from on this.
Yeah.
He's not the good guy. He'll
I picked
never
up on
be
that right
the
away.
good guy. He just happens to exist in a state where no one has a problem with him. So it's just...
Except for you.
Well, no, I don't mean like no. I mean no one in world, right? No one in world. Well, maybe
Yeah.
maybe the chief officer of the science bureau now, obviously, but no one else really has a problem with him. He did a good thing at one time, and then was just a horrible human being for the rest of his existence.
That's definitely a thing.
But you know, that's my bet. My bet is that whoever has made Pluto or whatever they're talking about copied Astro Boy. Or copied Astro Boy's brain and then did something with it to make Pluto what he is.
So it could be a case where if it is a copy of Astro Boy's brain.
Oh,
it could
sorry.
be a copy.
Sorry. What's his name's son was dead.
Guys, Geshite?
No. Before that, when we're back at Persia, with the other guy who's a cyborg now, and his wife was killed under a building, and then he runs over and his robot son is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Does that not sound familiar to you? To make an Astro Boy clone?
Yeah.
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 It ties it all together.
As a substitute
no.
son?
No,
we got the chip to make a new sun because we use the most advanced brain technology available to us, which is Tenma's chip. We made a copy of it, and then he goes through the whole thing about how hatred and whatnot. You have to do all this shit to create a brain or whatever to evolve a brain. Well, maybe that person didn't go through all the experiences Astro Boy went through, and it created Pluto.
Yep. That is what I was building to. They took the base file for Astro Brain.
He's a man of means.
Because of what it went through, because of the experiences in the process of the development of that brain, it was exposed to the wrong things, and those developed harder.
I'm just putting the pieces together from the episode. It's like they showed us that. And they showed us the other guy. I have no idea where Scheit's memories are coming from. That's what dream. That's a fucking dream interpretation. I have no idea where to go with that. But you know that first part that we both saw. We know where that fucking comes from. And I only assume it's because Astro Boy gave the memory chip back to Gershite, and there must have been some copy over effect or something there that carried onto his dream. Because otherwise, how the fuck would Gershite know the backstory of that? But then it's his wife standing next to him. It's his wife standing next to him, and it's like she's walking, implying that they had a robot, a child made or something. Which is, I mean, I was about to say it's freaking weird, but it's the base of the entire fucking show, so never mind. But then there was other stuff. I've already forgotten the other stuff because I focused on that first part because I thought we were about to get that story, and I was like, oh, are we getting the Pluto version of I'm being slightly vague on this only because Justin doesn't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And if they don't show, so I don't want to. You've got like
Yeah.
a carefree, not a carefree, a wide open point of view, unspoiled by past media. So try not to spoil you on that. Oh, I just
No, I
think it
think
ties
what
everything
you're saying
together.
is not incorrect.
I feel like lessons can take over the whole theorizing about what the organization is up to in the legal system and all that. My brain just
Yeah.
like, whoo, it's out. Forget all that shit. I'm tying together the robot stuff. I don't understand humans in the real world. I'm just gonna leave that to other people.
But I think it would have been the man's suffering that would have helped him create a very dark robot like Pluto.
Well,
Oh, it could be a wide variety of negative emotions, but it's the idea
Yeah.
of that even
I mean, it
happens
has to
with
be part of the
children.
process of building him. Yeah.
well,
So
it doesn't mean the intent of it. We know what Tenma's intent was and what that created and how that happened. So the dude could
Yeah.
have done something with one intent and then something else happened along the way. All we
Oh,
saw
1
was
million percent.
the basis, and it's like he's got that situation happening, and we know there's a
Well,
guy in
because
the world who can create a perfect robot brain. He could have just done what that guy did. Sorry, this whole vague thing is really hard.
because like we even have an example of this back at the beginning of Pluto with the blind music composer. One experience shaped his entire life in a way that when he found out it wasn't true was an earth-shattering revelation.
Did you guys ever use? There was an online program a while back where you could put a song in, and it would create an infinite loop of that song by bouncing itself around at various
No.
harmonies that would mix together. But you could do it with vocal tracks too. Oh,
I heard about it, but never used it.
I used it and I was so sad when it went away. But I only brought it up because it's like this show does that with the narrative. That we can look back at any point and connect it to one another, like unintentional points as well. Like maybe we're
Yeah.
making them up ourselves, but like this, you're like, oh, that guy's experience back in episode 1 connects here with the how to grow a a robot brain. And it's like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's fucking true. I don't think they intended it either. I think that's just a weird narrative combination that's worked. I
That's the
feel like
beauty
we've
of it.
got the infinite narrative combo. We just keep bouncing off the
Yeah,
walls.
but I think he also. I mean, I guess because Adam uses photonic energy, so that's part of his
Well,
his.
the meeting. You know,
Yeah.
we know what that's all about. We know
Yeah,
what
but what?
came of that meeting.
Yeah. But if he got taken out, disabled or otherwise, and he
Well, I
did.
already figured out that that meeting was the development of Adam as the most advanced
Yeah.
robot using all of the knowledge of said experts.
Sorry, when the moment you started talking, a part of the back of my brain activated. I think it's the gaslight part of my brain, so I should probably be prevented from talking from now.
Yeah, I mean, we have what? This is episode 4,
So
so
4
we have
more
4 more
episodes.
4 more episodes. Yeah. The question is, whether this has a happy ending or not. Basically, that's my question for me. Do we at the end have a defeat, one way or the other, of Pluto and the uncovering all this, or do they get away with it?
Well, I think it's poignant to
think
point out that in the original version of this, I know people keep telling me stop bringing up the original, but in the original version of this, the main character is Astro Boy. They've changed the main character for this one to be Kashite, who
Yeah.
only appears like a couple of times in the original. So the fact that Astro Boy's not the main character and then they seem to have killed him, like I think I pointed out 100
Well,
times now,
we did.
this is doing narratively 100 times more stuff than I ever saw in the original. That I have no idea what's
I
going on
don't
either.
think Astro Boy is dead. I don't think that's the case.
We'll find
I
out
think
probably in the
what
next episode because that's.
because I think what we're gonna see happen is over the next course of episodes, we're gonna start to see shit hit the fan and the robots get eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's gonna come down to Pluto and Astro Boy versus that whatever that big threat was. Maybe even Pluto, Astro Boy, and Geshite. But I think we're gonna have to deal with that big robot because we've seen it how many times in Vision now?
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice in 4 episodes. That's a lot for something that doesn't get touched on.
I mean, it's half the episodes.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, actually, I think we've seen it one time. Or, I mean,
From
we've seen
two-
it in 1 episode out of 4 episodes.
From 2 different perspectives.
Right. I just mean that we've
2
only
different
seen it in
perspectives.
1 out of 4
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah, we
If
saw it
anything,
from. Yeah.
I think that might be what the inciting incident's gonna be.
Who was the
Like,
orphan,
that's
by the
gonna
way?
be
Do we
the end
remember?
game.
Who was the orphan? Do we remember if there was any connection to the orphan to anything else?
The orphan was one of the orphans that the robot who didn't fight in the war, I forgot his name right now, Epsilon, was taken care of. And when he was talking, one of the reasons why he was trying to convince Hercules not to fight was, listen, I seen the aftermath, right? I wasn't in the war, but I know what happens. And one of my orphans, one of my children, doesn't really speak. The only thing he says is Bora because that's his one memory that he has from the war.
All right, that's less tying than I was hoping for.
Yeah,
They didn't
but there's
go
so
any. They didn't go any background on that orphan though, did they? Like where
No.
Epsilon found him?
No, all the orphans are the orphans of the war.
No. I mean,
And he
like
was-
when we talked about Geshite's memories, when Geshite was like finds that one guy, and we only kept children here, and then that guy goes crazy. Obviously, I'm sorry. I was hoping for like some sort of reach, like that guy would then tie to that orphan, and then would tie to tie Epsilon to Geshite in some sort of that scenario.
One of the memories that Pluto in the body of the construction worker, the human body when he was inhabiting, he also mentions Bora, and he sees the same vision.
Pluto, you mean?
Yeah, Pluto. So there's a connection between the orphan and Pluto. They both saw the same thing.
Well, I mean, it was in the war. We don't know if they were like at the same location, seeing the same thing.
Hold on, I think I may have just connected some dots.
Uh-huh.
That big robot or that big whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that its base of operations is a prison with war criminals, which that's where it's secretly worked on, and the reason why the prisoners that go there are selected to go there because of their positions and or expertise.
I mean, they are erasing information from the cameras and everything, so.
Yeah.
However, the people that are doing that are the anti-robot people. So you're saying the anti-robot people are helping to build a massive robot?
Yes, because they want to cause fear.
I want to lean back to
robots.
a previous statement made by Lessons that these guys are like idiots or new to this and incapable of doing any large projects.
I think they're the copycat killers. I think what's happening is, simply put, they have their own agenda, and either they're being played by a fiddle, right? They're being enticed by whoever's after killing all the robots, right? To create the massacre, because they have the same goals, right? They want to reverse what's happening. That's why they're killing the scientists and they're killing the robots, right? They have the same goal. Essentially, it's to reverse what happened. Robots are getting to a point where they're indistinguishable from human beings.
Well, the law recognizes that, so.
Yeah, well, they want to kill all the people behind both creating robots and giving them legal rights. Because if it's only about
they did already kill that guy.
Yeah, but they killed more people also.
They want to
kill a couple of people.
Panic.
Yeah, they kill a couple of people that are also tied to that. Just actually 2 people that I think.
Well, no, the guy who like originally fought for giving robots human rights. They already killed that guy.
Yeah, they killed a lawyer and a judge, because the lawyer was the one that protected the robots and led to and the judge was the one that decided the case. So they killed more than 1 people related to the rights of robots.
Oh, no, I'm agreeing with you. I was just pointing out specifically that they killed like the main guy who was like the voice of the whole effort.
Yeah, so
I think he was the second one that they killed.
Yeah, the first one was a judge.
Was he?
Which was in German. Yeah, the first
guy
one,
hanging out around where No, not where or around. The guy who they showed dead right after Mount Blanc.
Yeah, he was a judge.
Hanging from the trees.
Then that happened in Germany, and then there was a murder that happened in Japan, which was a lawyer.
Right, the guy at Astro Boy goes to the whole hologram thing for.
Yep.
God, there's so many hanging threads in this show. Oh,
It's a big mystery.
Yeah,
it's a mystery show, basically.
It is. It is. It just feels like I was not prepared for this based on the one thing that I watched. I know. Again, I don't lean back on that. That literally only gives me like the order of fights. I know what the fight order should be. That's all I've got. None of this human stuff was in that. And again, Astro Boy was the main character. So different perspective.
Now I want to know where the chief of Europol, because he keeps saying, "Oh, we put a lot of money into Gay Side," right? I think he just sees him as a tool and doesn't care.
100%. I don't think he sees any humanity in him. I think he's like, you're
or
a
any
robot.
robot for that. Yeah, you're a robot. So the fact that he erased the memory was like,
Well,
leave it be.
I don't know that it indicates he doesn't consider like any of them human. It just means that he puts like business before rights, which cop.
Being a cop,
yeah. Yeah, I think the most pressing question rather that I have about him is, what did you erase?
I think he raised the attack on. He erased the attack. Now I think. Oh, wait a minute.
There's the whole
Maybe
you can buy this body for 500 Zeus. That's the memory that I want to know what's about the most because it's flashed across many episodes now.
I think what happened is that his brother, the guy that he's protecting house, his brother went after Gesheid's son.
Yeah.
And in the process, Gesheid, in order to stop him, uses the weapon. They both get destroyed. And that's why he had his memories erased. But he tried to buy back the body to see if he could get him back to life.
I don't know about. Well, one, I don't agree with your they both destroyed each other thing because I don't think that weapon
they don't.
would
No,
work on Gesheid.
No. Gesheid tried to stop this guy from destroying his son. And in the process, both of them died. Either because the guy actually destroyed Gesheid's son, he tore him apart. We see him, he gets torn apart, right? Or in the process of trying to stop the guy, he destroyed them both.
I can see your theory as being plausible, in that it's not a crazy ass theory. It seems entirely plausible. I just don't think that I pulled that from the dream sequence. I'm not exactly sure what I pulled from the dream sequence, but
I mean, and remember that Adam says, you're the same as the murderer. You killed us both.
Yeah, but it's Adam that says it, and then why show us Adam saying it instead of the robot son that we see in a minute later?
Yeah, because the robot son, when he appears, looks exactly like Adam, and then gets torn apart.
You keep saying they look exactly like Adam. He doesn't look nothing like Adam.
Yeah.
Nothing like him.
It actually is. It's that copy of Adam. Let's see if I can go back to the dream. Okay, I don't want to. That's the nightmare.
When you say exactly like Adam, I am saying that after the body falls apart and we see the robot form underneath, I'm saying that's probably what his son looked like. Not the outer shell that's Adam, because that's just Adam.
Hobio. In fact, oh, wait, no, I'm looking back, and we see Adam's creator say Tobio walked, right?
Yeah.
And we see Astro Boy walking.
Yeah.
And then he sees the wife saying he walked Gesheit.
Right. Tying the idea that Gesheit's son had, or Geshite even had a son.
And then they get torn apart.
Right. We see Astro Boy Adam get torn apart, and what we assume to be Gesheit's son underneath the outer shell that is Astro Boy. That's my interpretation anyway. If you're saying that you think Astro Boy, sorry, can I stop saying Astro Boy? If you think Adam and whatever son Geshite may have had, because it's still supposition on our part, that this dream sequence is even reality, that Geshite had a son that had the same physical body as Astro Boy, Adam, then yeah, that's one thing. It's not what I took away at all. So if you're saying he looked exactly the same, then that's where we're disagreeing on interpretation of a dream.
Well, I mean, say dream, but I mean, do robots dream of
Literally,
electric
we've
sheep?
seen Geshite wake up from nightmares multiple times now, and
Yeah,
his
but are those?
creator is calling them dreams as well.
Yeah, but we also know that he has missing memories.
Right, but he was also dreaming about those missing memories. Look, his creator is calling them a dream, so I got to give him the benefit of the doubt here. We don't live in this world when a human's calling it and a robot is calling it that. Plus,
So
it's narrated
I
as a
don't
dream
know how to
sequence.
handle the dream sequences yet because again, like we haven't gotten any. We don't know if it's a proper series of things either. Like once I need to know more about the dream sequences before I can actually properly determine it.
I'm thinking it's probably one of those things that once you actually figure everything out, you can look back at it and say, oh yeah, now I see what they were going for. But here in the moment, we are just guessing. Guessing with what information we have on hand.
And the spots where we lack information.
Well, like I said, I understand what Lessons is saying. I disagree with it, but I could see exactly how it could come to pass. Maybe it's just preference. Maybe my preference is for the narrative that I've created to be right, but obviously I'm not going to be upset if the show goes the way Lessons has seen it. I'll be happy either way. It all makes sense. The only thing I don't is that asshole not to be involved. I feel like we've seen him enough. It looks like they're not going to do the origin story. I was hoping that they would. Well, they sort of did. They've indicated it enough to the people who know the origin story to see, oh, that was that.
Yep.
All right. Any other thoughts?
No.
Went over everything. Okay. Well, once again, this has been Theta. One of these people is Justin. One of them is Lessons. I don't know if they want to do it in the right order this time. But together we've been Stone-Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?